Today is Monday, August 5th, 2013, and ABC News writes, senior U.S. official intercepted Al-Qaeda communications, indicate planned attack, big and strategically significant. On the day that almost 24 U.S. embassies and consulates across North Africa and the Middle East are closed following the identification of a significant threat from an Al-Qaeda affiliate, a senior U.S. official is providing new details about the communications intercepted from the terrorists, telling ABC News that Al-Qaeda operatives could be heard talking about an upcoming attack. That said, what is the overall ploy of this article and these varied fairy tales of terrorism unfolding on US soil? Well, ever since the attacks of September 11, 2001, the American public has been so conditioned to blindly bend over and acquiesce to every threat of terror known to mankind that we are the victims and manufacturers of the war on terror. Why? Because we're forbidden to live normally. Instead of going about our daily lives pretending that terrorism doesn't exist, whenever we board a plane or train or even look out onto the streets, we're assumed to stereotype and seek out these bearded men cloaked in white, wearing turbans who live in fictitious desert lands as the terrorists, when the true threat to freedom is on US soil residing, and the name of that is the American government, who is funding and arming Syrian rebels who are mercilessly ripping out the hearts of Christians and eating them. And at the same time, that same government is disarming us, we the people, the American citizens, of the birthright to self-defense against a tyrannical form of government and further eroding the Second Amendment. And during the course of all of this, Senator John McCain is visiting these very Syrian rebels on Memorial Day, an American holiday to commemorate domestic soldiers, not their opposition. This article is painting the Al-Qaeda operatives, as they're called, as these people who are terrorists. But maybe the author never considered this, but what if those people are trying to make a political statement and show that their brothers held up in Guantanamo Bay are trying to fast as a holy observation during the month of Ramadan, instead of maybe having them force-fed and have tubes shoved down their throat against their will? And then if you further scroll down in this article, you see that it says the senior US official said there is concern about devices that could be implanted inside the body of a terrorist. Quote, "We are concerned about surgically implanted devices," they said. Now this made me think back to about 2 weeks ago at the Black Hat Hacking Conference in Las Vegas. At that event, Jerome Radcliffe was slated to make a presentation on how to remotely kill someone if they had an implanted pacemaker. Now, keep in mind that a few days before this presentation was slated to take place, he was killed. Now, I'm not saying that this justifies it or is a conspiracy of any type, but I am saying that this furthers the illusion of political theater that every terrorist lives under someone's bed, and there are this profuse amount of terrorists in the United States. That is false. If you go to visit your grandma in a hospital, I highly doubt she's going to spontaneously combust as a result of terrorism. But what do I know? Folks, leave your opinions below in the comment section. This has been Andrew Demeter reporting on behalf of Press for Truth, signing off.